Here in North Florida, the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance is an event that's not to be missed. And the man behind that is the man to my right here, Bill Warner. And how can I say this? I'm going to be polite. One of Bill's competitors in his motorsport life is right next to him, Jack May. Jack, Bill, how can you guys still be friends, especially you, but I'm going to ask you this one. Didn't he beat you in the 1975 Cannonball Run?
Well, soundly, yes, soundly. But I got all the glory because they were doing the shot on the roof of the Red Ball garage. And they had all the cars lined up, and his white Dino was front and center, the car that's behind us here. Well, it was leaking fuel. So they had to run out and fix it, and they needed a white car, so they put my Porsche 911. See, so I got pole position. I got all the glory. I got the cover of Car and Driver, but he won the race.
And it's...
We thought about photoshopping it to fix it, but we've not done it yet.
They didn't have Photoshop back then.
Jack, I believe you won that race by a full 11 hours. I mean, it's a coast-to-coast from starting in Dockland in the Bronx all the way to California. And you did that you ended up with an 11-hour lead and an average speed of 8.
11-hour lead?
I've been given that information. What was it, Jack?
Well, the record?
11 hours over me.
Remember, Bill.
I was a day and a half over totally, right?
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Now, 11 hours. Now, 83 mile an hour average from coast to coast in continental and North America. You would have even gone faster if it wasn't for those pesky cops in Ohio, was it?
Oh, put me in jail.
What happened?
No sense of humor at all.
What speed did they clock you at?
I think about 120.
120 on a public road, yeah?
Yes.
Was the speed limit in them days 55?
55, yeah. It was kind of a protest to the 55 mile an hour speed limit. Yeah.
So you guys were there at the very forefront of that event. I mean, that event is so iconic, they made a movie about it.
Yeah, they're doing a second movie. Warner Brothers just signed to do another Cannonball movie, yeah.
And are you guys going to be in that movie?
I don't know.
Aging dowagers, I don't know.
When I heard they were going to pay Burt Reynolds $1 million, I called Brock Yates and said, Brock, hell, I won the Cannonball. I'll do it for nothing. He said, yeah, but you don't have any box office draw.
Yeah.
My nickname from the Air Force was Captain Marvel. So I became Captain Marvel. My license plate was Shazam, Captain Marvel. So in the movie, Dom DeLuise plays Captain Chaos.
Right.
You know, so I said to Yates, you put Dom DeLuise as me in the movie? I've been telling everybody I was Burt Reynolds. And my wife chimed in and says, no, you were Dom DeLuise. That's no problem.
Yeah, I've seen the blooper reel. These Rosary Bleeds. Can you remember that one? That was a blooper reel. So you guys weren't friends at the start of this event. You were certainly mates at the end of it, but you have remained mates for over 40 years.
Well, actually, we knew each other through SCCA Racing. I was running GT3 and he was running F Production.
Right, so you guys... So you were SCCA national champion? In what, sorry?
Triumph Spitfire.
Right? Mm-hmm. Right, so you guys knew each other from the track. Sure. And so how did the Cannonball Run sort of... who had the idea, who had the crazy idea to race from coast to coast?
Brock Yates.
Right.
And it was, he did it in a van called Moon Trash. And he wrote a story about how he went from New York to LA in 42 hours. He got all these letters from people saying, well, I can do it fast. And he says, well, let's have a race. So that's how it happened. Did you drive the whole way, Jack, or did you share the driving?
I shared the driving with another national champion, friend of mine named Rick Klein.
Yeah. That's where I lost to him, see. My co-driver didn't tell me he could drive at night. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, he fell asleep, and I drove all the way from New York City to Little Rock, Arkansas.
No way. What memories do you have about that time, the 1975 Cannonball? Do you have a distinct...
How long do you have?
Jack, yeah. We've got as long as it'll take. I would imagine yours in the can, as they call it over here, being locked up. Bill, what's your overriding memory of that event?
The funniest story was the routes came together. You could take a northern route or a southern route. We made the mistake because we knew the Illinois and Ohio highway patrol was out looking for us. So my partner and I took the southern route down through Tennessee. Well, all the routes came together in Oklahoma, and we had a list of all the competitors and their CB handles. So we're going along, and I hear, how about you, Captain Marvel? I said, you got him. Who you got there? He says, Sundance. And I looked down the list. I said, I don't know any Sundance. He says, there's the Portofino Inn in Redondo Beach, California, which was our destination. Anything to you? I said, yeah, 10-4. He says, where are you? I said, I'm at the 64-mile marker. Where are you? He says, I'm at the 66. It turned out to be a Ford van with a mattress in it built to run the Cannonball. I said to Tom Neal, my co-driver, golly, we went the wrong route, man. We're behind this Ford van. So I stepped the 911 up. We're a little west of Oklahoma City. We're doing about 115. I said, all right, we're at the 64. Where are you? He says, we're at the 66. I said, that van can't be that fast. So I open up the 911. I'm doing 130 down the interstate in Oklahoma. I said, I'm at the 66. Where are you? And he comes back with a weak signal saying he was at the 68. Well, he had been a quarter of a mile behind me, telling he was 2 miles in front of me, hoping I'd take off and the police would get me.
And you finished ahead of him, of course. His pesky plan didn't work.
Oh, the funniest one, wouldn't you say Tolley?
Yeah. Tolley got arrested in, West Virginia.
Charleston, West Virginia.
And they'd picked up this teeny bopper.
Who was going to help him
navigate
get across town.
And the cops thought that they were maybe picking her up and took them to jail.
He
was a whole day late.
They got arrested for suspicion of violation of the Mann Act, which was transporting underage children across state lines for immoral purposes. So they finished last.
I think on that note, we'll leave it there for these guys to continue with these funny tales. We have got a tight schedule, guys, and we could talk to you boys all day long, but thanks for putting the time aside to talk to us and just sharing that experience. It's brilliant sprint story.
Jack, it's always a pleasure to be with you, my friend.
It's always good.
This was a Florida contingent here.
Yeah, fabulous guys. Great stuff.
His car was at the very first show that he did.
Yeah,
and
right.
We both have our cars that ran the Cannonball.
You still have them.
Yeah.
That would have been a great idea. Maybe next year, Bill, a Cannonball memorial stand, memorable stand.
We had a Cannonball.
Yeah, we had a Cannonball.
Right, yeah.
What, 3 or 4 years ago?
You never get rid of a good car.
No.
You marry a good woman and you keep a good car.
And it's good. We've got to go on that note, surely.